And a good Monday evening to you. I'm Jeremy Babin. After finishing second in the Class 4A, the Raiders didn't have quite as strong a finish this season in Class 3A. Could the Raider Raid get back to the big game and avenge the rust of an 11-day layoff? Well, we'll get to that in a second, but first there was a baseball game going on at Southeast. As the Raiders were taking on East Ridge, and the Raiders taking care of business on the mound. Winners 4-3. Congratulations to them. Now over at the soccer field, the first round of the Region 6 3A tournament, Southeast and Dunwoody will pick it up with 1:55 left in the first half. Raiders on the inbound. Carlos Ojeda headbutts it in for the game's first goal. 1-0 Southeast. Now with 37:43 left in the second half, Adrian Avalos assists Ojeda, who uses his head yet again. 2-0 Southeast. Raiders looking good. Now with 27:12 left in the game, Barnaby Rangel kicks it to Fernando Villasenor, who kicks it in for a goal. Third time is a charm. Southeast defeats Dunwoody 3-0. They'll play Oconee County on Wednesday. Coach Griffin talks about the game.
I thought that we made some changes and some adjustments this past week. We had the best week of practice. Honestly, we've had one of the only full weeks of practice all season long, and I think it made a huge difference. The adjustments that we put as far as changing some players and positions really allowed us to have a more offensive front. Our midfield stepped up more than it ever has all season, and when you have a midfield and you have an offensive front, good things are going to happen. So those changes, I think, were team decisions, and they made the difference.
While the soccer teams have started their playoff runs, the baseball teams are about to begin theirs. Friday night, the Catamounts look to close out the regular season with their first undefeated sub-region record in 14 years. So let the marketing hurrah start for the Catamounts. Although this guy, who you're about to see, he doesn't need anything. Lemonade, a dog, an umbrella, you name it. Go to the game. Dalton against Rome, top of the first. Dalton's John Irwin on the hill for the Catamounts. Strikes out Stephen Gaylor on the outside corner, and then gets David Heller swinging, and then throws it right by David Reeves. Irwin went 5 innings, striking out 7. Bottom 1, Rome's John Latham on the hill for the Wolves, and this ball is going to get past the catcher. And here's your first run of the game. Striker Brown sliding in from third base. 1-0 Dalton. Top of the second, here comes Rome. Austin Hall slaps a single into center. Caleb Williams scores, and we are all tied up at 1 apiece. Rome would eventually take a 4-1 lead, but Dalton rallies, scoring 5 runs in the fourth and wins 6-5. With third place in the Class 4A North Subregion on the line, the Bruins entered Friday night's game against Sequoia knowing they had to win to have any hope of making the Class 4A state playoffs. And what better way to celebrate senior night than a game that both teams need to win? It was a pitcher's duel early on. Sequoia's Jolton Bryant striking out Cody Jones, but on the mound, Jones getting the better of Tucker Adams. Caught looking on the third, strike called. Top of the third, only some stargazing here. Tyler Adams skies one into left field. That scores Robert Morosky, 1-0 Sequoia. But Jones not allowing any further damage in the inning. He gets JoJo Keller swinging. 1-0 Chiefs going to the bottom of the fourth, and Hunter Key hits one high and deep into the sun. This is not going to be fielded cleanly. Diego Hernandez scores, and that ties things up at 1 apiece. More from the blue and orange. Bradley Steffens grounds one over the third baseman's head, and that scores Hunter Key. Northwest, they go on and win this one 6-5. So they have a playoff possibility still in check. Christian Heritage hosting Arlington. Bottom of the third, lines up 1-0. Jared Cronin on the hill for Christian Heritage. He gets Scott Strickland swinging. Bottom 4, Cronin this time takes care of Brian Cook. Cronin also doing it at the plate. A roper to right. In the fourth, scores Tommy Mallerby and Mason Sykes. That makes it a 3-0 Lions game. And more Lions. Derek Hayes hits one to left field. That's off the wall. Gray Hutchinson and Jared Cronin scores to make it a 5-0 game. And Christian Heritage, they are winners as they go on and win 7-1.
Wow, lots of playoff action underway now. The soccer is still going for some, and the baseball is the region tournament that starts.
You got it. Yep.
Okay. And then the state playoffs after that.
And Matthew Stafford, $41 million signing bonus.
Wow, yeah, a lot of big NFL news over the weekend. And, of course, one of Dalton's hometown boys is
He's in
coming to
Mitchell Boggs,
Atlanta.
starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals in Atlanta right now for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday's game. So hopefully we can.
And we think he might possibly pitch on Wednesday.
He could pitch on Wednesday, possibly.
So if you get a chance to go down and see the Braves, do that and say hi to Mr.
Hometown
Boggs.
hero.
All right, Cedric, I tell you what, we need more of the same as what we had over the weekend. Can you fix that up for us?
I think we might be able to make that happen, Calvin, especially coming up for at least for tomorrow on your Tuesday. But now after that.